Okay, let's take you to KwaZulu-Natal, to the Moses Mabhida Stadium, to be specific, in Durban, where the ANC will be launching its manifesto today. Newzroom Africa's Juniour Khumalo is standing by. Junior, to give us a sense of what is happening as we chase that 10 a.m. hour when events are supposed to get started.
Tutu, thank you so much. We are here at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. It's very, very loud, so I couldn't hear what you were saying. But with us, we have the ANC NEC member, Uthembi Nkadimeng. Thank you so much for joining us. The ANC today will be launching its manifesto. This is one of the last few opportunities for the party to basically tell South Africans why they should return it to power. What do you think the president is going to say to convince South Africans to again vote for the ANC?
Well, our priorities are very clear. 6 key pillars of what the manifesto is about. Of course, the president will articulate them at best. But key is dealing with the economic issues, the reconstruction and the acceleration of job creation. But also the policy which deals with the gap, the missing gap above 35, but necessarily a young person. To look into the gap that the policy of government also needs to review to accelerate the employment of young people and create more jobs. And Comrade Patel will expand on that, but industrialization, our AFTA relationship, the global economy is very volatile. So it's important for us to be able to. Comrade Diza will enlighten us more about industrialization and agro-processing opportunities which are being rolled out. My key responsibility, provision of basic services, which is the third pillar of our manifesto, and acceleration of infrastructure, its repair, and we'll be putting more in terms of labor-intensive job creation for young people, in terms of building roads at a municipal level. Then we also look into the social cluster, which speaks for itself. And by the way, in terms of infrastructure, we're actually accelerating. In most of the key infrastructures, we've surpassed the 65-70% mark. Electricity almost close to 90, water at 89, etc. But then we look into the issues of ensuring that the safety is key to the social cluster. We deal with the issue of load shedding. We deal with the issues which talks to the prevention of crime, but increasing the numbers which deals. Mr. Mtsoaledi will tell you about the measures of migration that we are dealing with and policies. And the last one is to ensure that we create a better world. Our support to Palestine is not just a by-the-way thing. It's ensuring the citizens and the right of everybody to be alive. Of course, we carry the responsibility of supporting South Africans to ensure that they live a better life. And we do believe, as the ANC, that we can jointly build together. I wouldn't talk to the social cluster, which is well spoken. The minister articulated the budget this week actually very clearly in terms of creating a social net that makes South Africans to be able to survive and strive for ourselves. But ultimately, we're in a battle. We're fighting. We're going to fight. We're going to retain, not in an arrogant manner, humble. We're listening to our people. We are going to defend the gains of the National Democratic Revolution, which the PEX wants to reverse. Nobody loves the people of South Africa better than the African National Congress. From the beginning to today. And we know that revolutionaries don't change color. They look into the gaps, they enhance, they accelerate. Yes, faults we have. The renewal of the ANC is there to correct on the mistakes that we have made, to ensure that we ultimately achieve what our forebears crafted on the 26th of June 1955. It was about put the life of an African child to matter as well. And the African National Congress can only be the one that do that. We're saying to the people of South Africa, join us. Go out on the 29th of May to vote African National Congress and continue to allow, together with you, that we grow South Africa together. So towards a decisive victory, it's who we are, and that's what today and up until the 28th of May is about. On the 29th, we receive our gains from South Africa.
That was very extensive. Thank you so much. That is the ANC NEC member, Uthembi Nkadimeng. But now we are going to bring the first secretary of the SACP, the ANC's alliance partner, Mr. Mapaila. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. The ANC will today table its manifesto. What are the expectations from you as the alliance of the ANC?
We expect a comprehensive response to the conditions faced by our people and how the ANC is going to sort this out in the next administration. Obviously, counting on the confidence of the people to re-elect the ANC, given its track record, its commitment, its sacrifices for the liberation struggle of the people of this country. And therefore, all challenges that are facing society have been responded to directly by this manifesto after consultation with the people themselves through the manifesto review process, which of course is the only party that does this. That its manifesto is framed by the needs of the people through consultations with the people and all sectors of society that are fully represented in that manifesto.
The SACP was unhappy during the ANC's January 8 in terms of the ANC's stance on the former president at the time. The ANC has since suspended the former president. Are you happy with that decision that was taken, or do you think it was too late for the ANC, given that he has played a crucial role in campaigning for Umkhonto weSizwe, and that might hurt the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal?
Well, we respect the internal processes of the ANC. We're expressing our views, particularly given the damage that it was beginning to cause on the ANC and no response at the time. But and the NEC said and took a decision. That decision has been processed. We are happy with that particular process. The bottom line is that what he has launched is a fifth column. It's a counter-revolutionary offensive against the movement. He actually does the job of reactionary forces across the world who are taking this liberation movement that unfortunately he led. And this is the most despicable form of betrayal that you can come across. But nonetheless, this is the movement of the people. The people will save it. The people will respond to it. When he became president of the ANC, there was a fraction that left the ANC called Hope. Where it is today, the brouhaha that it caused, thinking that it can displace a people's movement, it's something that it didn't learn from it. We are happy that out of this particular process, we can consolidate and tell our people about the real threat to our democracy, apart from the threat of capital and capitalist forces and reactionary internationalist forces that seek to destroy this revolution, including how they have been held by counter-revolutionary forces from inside.
Thank you so much, sir. That is the SACP's Secretary General, Mapaila, was just speaking to us. But now we are just going to bring one last person, the Youth League spokesperson in KwaZulu-Natal, Usiboniso Mguni. Thank you so much for joining me, my brother. What does the Youth League expect the president to speak about? What are some of the challenges that the youth in KwaZulu-Natal are facing that you expect the president to address today?
Thank you very much. Well, let me start by correcting you. My name is Busiso Mguni, the ANC Youth League spokesperson in KZN. What we are expecting from the president, it's not only the manifesto review, but we want to know what the president is going to do in terms of unemployment, because the youth is mostly affected by the unemployment. So now, we've been promised jobs, we've been crying about unemployment, now we want time frames. We want development. What is happening with youth development? We know there are offices of youth development across the country, but we feel that their job is still insufficient. We need to do more in terms of youth development. Now we need time frames. We've been waiting. We want time frames. The businesses, young people must be sponsored. We know there is funding. Right, we've been told there is funding through NYDA and other structures that fund businesses of young people. But we still believe that a lot still needs to be done. Remember, this is not a manifesto, but we are reflecting on what we've promised to do as the ANC. So now we want to enter the space of the youth people that speaks about unemployment. People are unemployed. Mostly young people are educated, but they're unemployment. We're hoping that president is going to speak on that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mguni. That is the Youth League spokesperson from KwaZulu-Natal speaking about what the youth in KwaZulu-Natal expect. He says they want to hear about employment because they've been promised employment for a long time to go now, and they still haven't received that employment due to.
Juniour Khumalo, thank you very much. We'll touch base with you a little bit later.